Jackie Wilhelm. I am the Director of Children's Ministries at Crossroads Christian Church in St. Matthews. Today, I would like to talk to you about Chapter 11 of the book of Hebrews. I love to visit art museums, so today I thought I would set up an art museum for you. In this museum, there are paintings of some of the people that are spoken about in that chapter of the Bible. Welcome to the Museum of Faith. We don't know who wrote Hebrews, but we know whoever it was wanted to encourage readers to have faith. What is faith? Well, the writer of this book explains it this way.
Faith is being sure of what we hope for. It is being sure of what we do not see.
We can learn so much from the people throughout history who, despite the fact that they lived in a broken world just like we do, chose to trust and follow God. People like Abel here, who made a sacrifice that was pleasing to God while his brother Cain did not. Or Noah, who made an ark when it wasn't even raining. Then there's Abraham. Now this painting actually hangs in the J.B. Speed Art Museum here in Louisville. You can see that in this painting, Abraham is being stopped by an angel. He's about to sacrifice Isaac. Abraham, when he was very, very old, was told by God, you need to go to a faraway land, and I'm going to give you a big family. And at that time, he and his wife Sarah had no children.
God promised, I will make you into a great nation and I will bless you. I will make your name great and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you I will curse. And all peoples on earth will be blessed through you.
You see, God was already planning to send Jesus as one of Abraham's great, so very many greats, grandkids. And even though Abraham couldn't see it, he trusted God, even when God suggested this sacrifice. That's faith. Because of Abraham's great faith, other people in his family would go on to have great faith too. People like Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. They all chose to put their faith in God. Then there was Moses' mother, who defiantly hid her baby boy to protect him, and then made sure he was raised in Pharaoh's house. And Moses, even though he was raised by Pharaoh's daughter, decided to stand with his own people against Pharaoh and lead the Israelites to freedom. The author of Hebrews goes on to mention people like Rahab, who helped the Israelite spies. If you read the list for yourself, you'll discover even more people of faith. Like Israel's greatest king, King David. You know, when David was still very, very young, God promised him he'd be king, but it didn't happen right away. He spent years on the run from King Saul, fearing for his life. But David trusted God, and eventually he became a great king. You know, none of these people from the Old Testament could see how God was going to save their people with their own eyes, but they could see how God was working in their own lives. So they decided to trust in God's greater plan. They chose faith. Here's the thing. Out of all the people we talked about today, all the people mentioned in that chapter of Hebrews, all the people in the Old Testament even, guess how many of them got to see God's plan come true? 0. The writer of Hebrews explains it this way. All of these people were praised because they had faith, but none of them received what God had promised. God had planned something better for us. Did you catch that? God's plan includes us. All of us. God planned to send Jesus to save us all. And that's what happened. And when Jesus got here, he taught us all about loving God and loving others.
The disciples, they got to see Jesus, and they told others about him. Because of what the new Christians in the early church had heard from the disciples and seen in their own lives, they believed in Jesus even though they'd never seen him. They kept the faith, and because they did, each of us can choose faith too.
You know, you can have faith. You can know Jesus even though you've never seen him. You can learn more about Jesus by talking to other believers and finding out what Jesus has done in their lives. You can read all about the things that Jesus did in the Bible. And once you start doing things like that, then you begin to understand that Jesus has been working in your life all along. It's a great way to grow your faith. And we're going to spend all month long talking about growing your faith. I can't wait to see you again next week. Goodbye.